Wonder Woman!
Oh, you scared me. It's just you, though.
What? I could be threatening. I could be scary. How do you know I'm not scary?
I just know.
You just know. Okay.
I just know. It's because I'm Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And I have the lasso of truth. And
you have your sword, so you're not
my
really.
sword back.
Wait, you got your sword back?
Yes, I did.
That's cool. How did you
Isn't
get
that
your sword
amazing?
back?
So my parents have seen the amazing things that I'm doing here at VBS, being a super server and learning how to be a superhero without my powers, that they allowed me to have my sword back. And I'm very happy.
Oh.
Careful. I won't use it inappropriately.
Yes.
I promised.
Very good.
Yes.
So it is Wednesday of VBS. How exciting is that?
Exciting.
We're in the middle.
I can't wait. But you know, before you startled me, I was trying really hard to count all the superheroes that we have, all the heroes.
Okay, so like Batman and Spider-Man.
Oh, no,
No?
not those guys.
Who?
The regular heroes.
Oh.
Like the ones that we're learning about, the ones who serve.
And like all of our kids that are heroes.
Oh, you mean the ones watching?
Yeah.
That they are, because you said to be a hero, one of the ways we could be a hero is by serving others. And so I know that I did it yesterday. Hopefully you guys did too. We did the service we put that on the rubber gloves and we went around and we picked up trash.
Yeah, that's right. So serving makes you a hero. That's what we learned about on the first day with the woman at the well, the Samaritan woman. She was a hero because she served Jesus in her town.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday we learned about Mary and Martha.
Right.
And we learned that we need to be close to Jesus by listening to him and doing what he says. When we listen to Jesus and do what he says, that's how we serve. That's a way to serve well with a good heart. Mm-hmm. And today we're learning that we should serve with love.
Ooh, that's even better, to serve with love.
Yeah.
Wow, do you have a story that goes along with
I
that?
do, and guess what?
What?
It's got a Samaritan person in it again.
Yes, I love these Samaritans. They're so good.
They are good. I love, like I was saying yesterday, I love how Jesus told stories, and this is a story that Jesus told.
Okay.
And he told stories that had people in it who were different. So like in today's world, a Samaritan might be someone who has different skin color than us, or who speaks a different language than us. But that person is the hero in the story because they serve with love.
Oh.
So that's pretty cool, isn't it?
That is amazing. Can we watch this video?
Sure. But before we do, we have to do our memory verse.
Okay, I think I have it down now. I mean, I've practiced now for 2 days, this
Okay.
memory verse. Okay,
So,
are we going to ask the
let's
kids to do it with us?
Yeah, let's all do it together on the count of
Ready?
3. 1, 2, 3. Use whatever gifts you have to serve others. 1 Peter 4:10.
Woohoo!
All right, we're getting
That was
good at that
great.
one.
Yeah.
All right.
I bet you they are too.
Yes, I know they are. And using whatever gifts you have. I love that because we all have different gifts.
Right, mine might be fighting with the sword.
It could be fighting with the sword to protect people.
That's
and
right.
in today's story, we'll find out how we served with love. And do you know what? Even though we all have different gifts, we all have love in our hearts.
Yes.
And that is a gift that God has given us that we can use to serve out of the love that we have. So let's watch that story.
That sounds great.
The Miracle of Mercy. The Good Samaritan. This is Jesus, who is the Son of God and the Savior of the world. You see, when Jesus was on earth, he wanted everyone to know what God thought about things. So he took every opportunity to teach people about God's heart. One day, a religious expert stood up to test Jesus by asking him this question: "Teacher, what should I do to inherit eternal life?" What does the law say? The man answered, "You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your strength, and all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." Right.
All right.
Do this and you will live.
Wait.
The man then asked, "And who is my neighbor?" Jesus replied with a story. A Jewish man was traveling from Jerusalem down to Jericho, and he was attacked by bandits.
Ah!
They stripped him of his clothes, beat him up, and left him half dead beside the road. By chance, a priest came along.
Hey!
But when he saw the man lying there,
Yuck!
he crossed to the other side of the road and passed him by.
La 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 la. Wow!
Another man who worked in the temple, who was called a Levite, walked over and looked at him lying there.
Please help. Huh?
But he also passed by on the other side. Then a Samaritan came along. Samaritans were hated by Jews. They were seen as lesser people, and Jews would not interact with them. But when the Samaritan saw the man, he felt compassion for him. Going over to him, the Samaritan soothed his wounds with olive oil and wine and bandaged them. Then he put the man on his donkey and took him to an inn, where he took care of him.
One room, please.
The next day, he handed the innkeeper 2 silver coins, telling him, "Take care of this man. If his bill runs higher than this, I'll pay you the next time I'm here." Now, which of these 3 would you say was a neighbor to the man who was attacked by bandits? The man replied, "The one who showed him mercy." Then Jesus said, "Yes, now go and do the same."
So that story, those 2 religious leaders, they weren't very nice at all. They walked right past that guy.
Yeah, you know, we can be religious and know Bible stuff and church stuff as much as we want. If we don't have love in our heart, we can't serve and be superheroes, because we have to serve with love. That's how you serve. And so those 2 religious leaders, they knew a lot of good stuff about the Bible, but they didn't have love in their hearts. Not the kind of love that makes you a hero when you serve.
It made me kind of angry to see them walk by. But then I was so excited when the Good Samaritan walked by and helped the man on the floor.
Yeah, and like I was saying before, what's so cool about the Good Samaritan is he's good, so that's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he's a Samaritan, so he looked at the people and they were different from him. Like today, maybe they spoke a different type of language, or they had a different skin color. They were from a different neighborhood, and even though they were different from him, and even though they typically, they usually wouldn't like him, or people like him, he still showed love. He served out of love, even though they were different to him.
So since he served out of love, that means that he's a hero, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I love it. I got to add another hero. So we're at 181.
181 heroes. That's awesome. So Wonder Woman, we've learned from the woman at the well, who is also a Samaritan, that that serving makes us a hero. From Mary and Martha, we learned from Mary that having our hearts close to Jesus is important for serving. And today, kind of growing on that, we learned that we need to serve from love. So we're learning lessons about serving, and it's so important for us to learn these things, and like we learned in our story today, not just to know them, but to do them. So I'm so excited that you guys are learning how to serve, and you have love in your hearts, and I think you know that you do. And so you can serve out of love wherever you are.
You know what, Mr. Prophet? This reminds me of a verse that you mentioned to me earlier today, which was to love your neighbor as yourself. And in this story, the neighbor, the Good Samaritan, even though he doesn't live right next door to the man on the ground, he's still considered his neighbor, right?
Yeah. So sometimes we think of our neighbor as, oh, they live in our community, they look like me, they go to the same school as me. But our neighbor is anybody who we can show love to. If they're close enough to you for you to show love, or if you get close enough to them to show love, that's what it means to be a neighbor. He was walking along the street and he just found a person who he'd never met before. That was his neighbor, a person who needed his help, and he gave it.
Well, that's wonderful. So if we serve with love in our heart, we are a hero, and we're doing Jesus's work, right?
Exactly. Isn't that so
It's
cool?
so good.
Good morning, Super Squad. I hope you guys are having a great morning so far. I'm so excited that you're here to worship with me. Today, we are going to do the song Reason. It's one of my personal favorites. It has the little heart shapes. Again, before we do any worship, it's important that you make sure that your space, you have room to move your arms, okay? So reach around, do a little stretching, a little up high, to the side, down low, all that good stuff. You're not gonna knock over anyone or anything, okay? Are we about ready to get started? All right, guys, here we go. Here's Reason. We're gonna snap.
This year's felt like 4 seasons of winter, and you'd give anything to feel the sun. Always reaching, always climbing, always second guessing the timing. But God has a plan, a purpose in this. You are His child, and don't you forget. He put that hunger in your heart. He put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, His love is the reason to keep on believing. If we could pull back the curtain of heaven, we would see His hand on everything, every hour, every minute, every second. He's always been in it. Don't let a shadow of a doubt take hold. Hold on to what you already know. He put that hunger in your heart. He put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, His love is the reason to keep on believing. It's the reason. It's the reason. His love is the reason. He's the peace in the madness that you can't explain. He's the hope in the heartbreak, the rest in the suffering. He's closer than the air you breathe, from the start to the end, to the end between. Don't you dare doubt even for a minute what He started in you, yeah, He's gonna finish. He put that hunger in your heart. He put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, His love is the reason to keep on believing. It's the reason. It's the reason. His love is the reason. It's the reason. It's the reason. His love is the reason. Hey.
Good job, friends.
Hi, everyone.
Hey kids,
So we're back, and
and we have these fancy headphones.
oh yeah,
I don't know if you noticed, but like, those are pretty spiffy.
yeah, we're special.
We feel pretty proud of ourselves right now.
So I've learned something.
Yeah.
I learned that even though I don't have my superhero powers, I can still be a hero by serving. And I'm actually kind of good at serving.
That is awesome. You are kind of good at serving. You're very good at serving. So are our kids. And our kids are also good at learning. So it's time for our Q&A. Let's get started.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good little drum roll, huh?
Our first question is, who was kind to the hurt man in today's story?
I know who it wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't those religious leaders, so I just gave you guys a hint.
It was the
Good Samaritan.
Good job. I know you guys got that right. That was easy.
Of course.
And the Good Samaritan showed something to the injured man. He showed him on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Love. All right. So we have been learning about how to serve, and one of the ways we serve is by showing love. What is it that makes us a hero that we learned on Monday? What makes us a hero? When we, on the count of three, 1, 2, 3, serve. And on yesterday, we learned that we should be like, who should we be like? Mary, or should we be like Martha? On the count of three, 1, 2, 3, like Mary. That's right, because Mary had her heart close to Jesus. She listened to what he said, and she was ready to do it. All right.
That's great. And I have to say, I love today's lesson that we serve with love, because I feel like when it comes from a place of love, you can't go wrong.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's great.
Good job, guys. Look what I found!
Mr. Prophet, do you have your sword license?
No.
Don't play with swords unless you have a license, kids.
I didn't even know there was a sword license.
Well, yeah. Anybody can't just walk around with something like this.
Yeah, that's true. You have to be
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman for that. It is the Wonder Woman sword. So.
It is. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that you were able to even hold it. That's impressive.
Oh, I'm very strong.
Although you have been practicing being a hero, so I can see why it works.
Yeah, I've been working out my hero muscle.
That's good. So what do we have in the box today?
Well, today it's Wednesday, and we actually have some really fun stuff. We couldn't even close the bag because it was too big.
What's that?
This paper is going to be a little crinkledy, but you can like unroll it. Oh,
Careful.
not to tear it. And what's okay if it's a little top tape? We're going to trace our body on paper.
Very cool.
So you can see how that could get as long and as tall as you are. You put it down and then you trace yourself on that.
That's great.
Awesome.
What
I
else
love
is in there?
tracing myself. Ooh, look what that snack is. Everybody gets a different type of either chip or popcorn or some cool thing like that.
Oh, I see something else in there that's food. What's that
Ooh,
for?
there's something. Yeah, hold that.
Okay. Ooh. You know what? Good things.
Is that
Good thing
part
you
of
guys
the-
weren't doing this with Superman. I bet you he would think this green Jello is kryptonite.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But actually, it's part of our Super Squad Service Challenge.
Oh, nice.
So read all about what you're going to do. You're going to do something with Jello, and there's a prayer in here and all kinds of really cool stuff. So don't forget, there's lots of different things in the bag. This Jello and the Super Service Challenge are one of them. Then we've got our brain break in here. We're going to do some jump rope stuff.
That was
and-
with our Zoom call yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then we're going to do some paint stuff.
Nice. That's
So,
awesome.
oh, look, there's
Ooh,
paints in there.
Look at that. How fun. I'm so glad that you let me be part of this VBS.
And look at this. It says, caution, do not open until our Zoom call on Wednesday. That's today at 11:30. So we're going to open our
Okay.
Wednesday one of these. That's going to be really cool.
All right.
So have fun. That's 11:30 for our Zoom call. And you weren't on our last Zoom call, I don't think. Were you on it?
No, I'm sorry. I had to go back and talk to my parents, which is why I got my sword back.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, boys and girls, it's time for you to go open your boxes and have some fun. Enjoy today. We will see you at 11:30 for our Zoom.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
I think we have. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna
our
do a
question
Q&A.
answer. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you later.